All right, Cassie, I hear we possibly have some storms in the forecast.
Yes, we definitely have storms in the forecast for tomorrow, but the data's been going back and forth on, is there going to be severe weather and where is it going to be? How intense is it going to go? Yesterday it was looking like things are kind of dying out, like all the severe weather is being kind of almost pushed out of our viewing area, really, and weakening quite a bit. We wouldn't get a whole lot in Oklahoma City. Well, some of the latest data trying to bring it back in, at least a little bit. But today is going to be fairly quiet. We do have a lot of cloud cover, but from time to time, I do expect to see a few breaks in those clouds. And we're certainly seeing a little bit more sunshine now in south central Oklahoma. This is going to try to ride up across I-35 and make it into Oklahoma City. So I expect to see some sunshine later today that will eventually help temperatures. In the meantime, this is our Integris camera, part of our Lucky Star SkyChem network. Cloudy and cool, we're at 54 degrees. Today, though, that wind's out of the south at 24 miles an hour. Wind gust right now at 31. Temperatures in the mid and upper 50s pretty much statewide. We still have some low 50s out to the west and some low to mid 60s in the Panhandle. Also a couple of low 60s showing up in southern Oklahoma, with the south wind anywhere between about 20 to as much as around 40 to at times over 40 miles an hour in the north and west. It's 41-mile-an-hour gust right now in Woodward. So wind advisory for parts of central, northern, western Oklahoma, and that will likely be expanded easily into tomorrow. But our next storm system, it is on the way, but it's going to take its time getting here. We're not expecting any rain today. Today is going to be fairly quiet. Again, we're going to have a lot of cloud cover. Temperatures will be fairly mild, a little bit closer to normal this time, but the rain should start tomorrow morning. And whatever we do get in the morning, I think is going to be fairly light for most of us. We could get a couple of storms in southern Oklahoma, nothing too crazy, but later in the afternoon, right now we're talking probably sometime between about noon and again 2 o'clock. The cold front will eventually move in, and that's when we're going to have our best chance of seeing showers and storms in Oklahoma City. Now, out ahead of that, storms are going to be a little bit more likely in southeast Oklahoma out ahead of the cold front, and that is where we have the highest potential of seeing some of those storms becoming a little stronger and maybe even severe. Late in the afternoon, early evening, storms should fire along that cold front as it moves south and east of Oklahoma City, so well south and east of I-44, and some of these have the potential of becoming stronger as well. There's going to be hail and wind threat and a very low tornado threat. But by late tomorrow evening, everything's going to move out of here, and behind the cold front, it's going to be a lot colder. So temperatures dropping back down into the 40s and 50s for Friday. As far as rainfall amounts, not expecting a whole lot in Oklahoma City. I still think we're probably going to get around 1/4 of an inch or less generally, but most of the rain will once again fall into eastern and southeast Oklahoma, anywhere from maybe 1/2 of an inch to up to a couple of inches down there around McCurtain County. So today, looking for highs to eventually make it into the mid 60s. That south wind's really going to help us. Temperatures in the mid 70s possible in Guyman today. Overnight tonight, we're going to stay mostly cloudy. Temperatures drop down into the mid and upper 50s. It's going to stay windy. Overnight and into tomorrow morning, there's a slight chance of rain in Oklahoma City, but the rain and storm chances will be higher south and east. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures should make it into the mid 60s. Again, cold front comes in pretty early in the day, so even though we're going to see mid 60s by 3-4 o'clock, we're probably not going to be there anymore. Temperatures will come crashing down with a north wind between about 25 to 45 in the north and west. And then tomorrow afternoon, as the cold front moves in, that's when those storm chances are going to look a lot more likely in Oklahoma City and areas to the south and east, while we're going to see snow and a winter mix in the Panhandle. Tomorrow evening, chances are going to be a lot less in Oklahoma City. Storms are still likely in southeast Oklahoma with a light wintry mix across the north. So for tomorrow afternoon and evening, here comes a cold front. Dry line sets up just to the south and west. Out ahead of that, there is going to be a threat for severe weather. Overall in Oklahoma City, I say it's very low. But the farther south and east you go, that threat will be a little bit higher, where we could potentially see up to golf ball size hail, wind gust to maybe about 70 miles an hour. And again, overall, a pretty low tornado threat, but it will be in south central and southeastern Oklahoma. Trackers are still going to be out. We're going to be watching that very closely. Behind the front, we're going to be in the low 50s on Friday, but with a north wind, it's going to feel a little bit cooler than that this weekend. For St. Patrick's Day weekend, overall, just kind of a little chilly. We'll be right back.